And good morning to Miss Ivana Hall,
yes.
former Miss Texas.
Yes.
We're so glad
I have to ask you, what is it like to be Miss Texas? Because like I always wanted to be Miss Texas, and I never did that.
It's really hard. I will say that. For an entire year, I give up my life. I don't have a personal life, and I basically go on tour around our state. I do mostly school assemblies, but I also do big lecture series as well. And I'm the ambassador of the state for a year. So I had a business manager, and she knew my schedule better than I did, and I got an itinerary for the week and was told where to go and where to be all day, every day.
And your platform is something so amazing about being introduced as Miss Texas.
It is. It's a very iconic.
You must feel so proud.
I am very proud. Very proud.
It was so funny because we met for lunch one day, and a friend of mine and I, who were getting ready for Mrs. Texas, met with this beautiful young lady for lunch. We're in sweats, no makeup. It's kind of one of those where you're undercover. She just walks in,
of course,
and
owns
the room, and she's just like,
yeah,
no, she's like, you have to be on all the time.
Absolutely.
So Ivana, your platform was HIV/AIDS education, and I'm curious though, throughout your pageant experience, how much was body image an issue? I mean, tell us the real thing now, like the behind the scenes with the women. Was that an issue?
Oh, with the women, no. My Miss America class, we are so close. We talk weekly. I get just the sweetest text from all of my sisters. We are very close, and I'm very blessed to have met each and every one of these women.
Did you feel pressure, though?
Pressure, not necessarily.
That's good to hear.
I think when you are a state title holder, you really have to be 100% comfortable and okay with who you are. And being physically fit is a lifestyle. It is not a crash diet that you do for a few weeks or for a month. And so I always made sure that at least, even when I was traveling, I was getting a workout in at least 3 times a week. Sometimes other people are feeding you, so you have to be polite. So then, you know, when I had a day off, maybe I do it 2 a day. So it's just about having a healthy lifestyle. Once I got back from Miss America, I was not working out 6 days a week. That was impossible. Yeah. But just trying to be consistent. You're not going to get a workout in every day because you are so busy, but still being okay with your body and being healthy is the most important.
So when you passed the crown, you didn't be like, all right, where are the Fritos and bean dip?
No, I wasn't actually. I thought I was. You think you're going to, you know, indulge and splurge, and I really didn't. I slept for a week, and I love to cook, and that was something that I always did. A lot of the formers, they're like, oh, how did you cook all the time? But it was very therapeutic for me, so I would cook any chance that I got, and I think that's an important way to stay in shape as well.
There are a lot of people who believe that the way that we eat and the way that we view health in that regard has a lot to do with how we were raised and how our parents fed us. And there's a new PSA now, and I don't know if y'all have seen it yet, that talks about the future of your child, and it's graphic in that the message is tragic.
32-year-old man having a heart attack, and they're saying, how did this happen?
Yeah.
32 years
And then they go back, and you're going to see this in a moment. They're going back in time.
Is that Mountain Dew?
Yes, or something like it.
I think they're making a great point, though.
Yeah.
These are habits that we have to change that today in our society we do every day.
And they show how young this starts with his mom giving him French fries when he's younger. And I know your mom, Ivana, is also, she's done her beauty queen thing, and she's such a great role model for you as well. And I think it's so important as parents that we're teaching our kids good food choices, because it will follow them for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. I'm not a mom yet, but I have 2 nephews, 2 and 3, and I think it's so important to instill in them that for a snack, go pick up a piece of fruit. My oldest nephew, Cadence, will pick up an entire tomato, and that's his snack.
Awesome.
So, but I love that. I love that he wants the broccoli off my plate more than anything else. And so we have to instill that in our children at a very young age, because those are habits that they create.
It's just such a bigger issue, isn't it, about, you know, we talked about this yesterday a little bit, and the day before, actually, all week we've been talking about it. But it says something about the state of America and the state of our health, and it frustrates me when, from a federal government level, my arm is twisted to make sure that I have health insurance, when all those billions of dollars to make that happen would have been so much better spent just putting laws into action. Get rid of trans fats. Put bans on sugars and some of the foods that are available to our kids.
But of course that goes against...
Then you don't have a health
A lot of people think
crisis.
that's an overreach,
Well,
though.
exactly. It totally goes against the whole notion of small government and the government coming in and telling you what you can. Like, you're an adult, know what you're eating, you know, stuff of that nature. Exhibit some self-control, which is very hard at times. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and
but
the
that's
government
kind of
needs
how
to
we
give
do things.
The government needs to give guidelines, though. I mean, the food pyramid is a joke. Everyone knows it's a joke, and yet it's still what children are taught in school.
But it starts at home. It always starts
It
at
does,
home.
but if people aren't
Absolutely.
educated, then it can't start at home.
Right.
So if they don't understand that something is bad for them, and I'm sorry, it is the government's job to keep people safe. And so if you're going to make drugs illegal and things, then make sugar illegal. It
'Cause
kills
it's
more
addictive.
people than marijuana.
And it's completely addictive.
It is addictive.
I'm sorry.
Hence exhibited
now.
by my addiction to sugar. But it is sad, and I'm very blessed to a certain extent with my daughter Bryn, because this girl will go out to a restaurant and she's ordering like mussels or shrimp. I'm like, don't you want a French fry? She's like, nope.
That's a very fancy way to order.
It's so fancy. And then Will, of course, with autism, he's happy with chicken fingers, fries, and hamburgers.
And his hamburger cannot have ketchup, right?
Can't have anything on it. Just
But
the
Dawn,
bread and the meat.
every
And it
family
drives-
has that child.
I
have two
know.
good eaters, and I have one that only wants chicken nuggets, French fries, and
And I told
and pizza.
Ryan, pick and choose your battles, because
So
you ain't
you know, and
winning
that's
that
the one you got to work on. That's the one you got to
Yeah.
help more.
Yeah.
Increase the exercise.
Yeah.
Right, and always make sure your kids have an activity. And I know that's hard, especially when you have single-parent homes who can't afford these activities for their children. But there are many programs, and my parents always made sure that we had a physical activity that we were a part of. And you know, we weren't allowed to switch. We would fulfill that activity for the entire season or the entire year, and then find something different. But I think that's also important. Get your kids active and involved in a program, something that can also help create discipline for them.
Yeah, whether it's sports or dance or something. Yes.
Accountability.
So important, so important. Okay.